So James, today we're going to cover the complete installation of the 52-inch Hampton Bay North Pond outdoor ceiling fan. It's wet rated, perfect for outdoor applications, looks great indoors as well too. We're going to cover the complete installation from unboxing to turning it on, everything in between. If you found this video, you might be stuck in your own installation, you're looking for some guidance, we're here to do just that. If you want to fast forward to a certain point along the way, just click one of the links down below, that'll take you right to that step. If you found this video helpful at the end, please click like and subscribe, and that'll help everybody else find the video too. This ceiling fan is a tri-mount fan, meaning that it can be hung flush without the downrod from a low ceiling, or with the included downrod, or on an angled ceiling with an extension downrod sold separately. The fan is wet rated for installation in any outdoor setting. The fan has quick install features like a slide-on mounting bracket, quick install blades, and AccuArm blade arms to make installation easier. Before we get started, you want to make sure that the electric is turned off at the breaker box and at the wall switch, and make sure that the lines aren't live before beginning. If you don't feel comfortable working around electricity, please consult with a licensed electrician. One other note, if you're installing this fan in replacement of a light kit, you want to make sure that the outlet box in your ceiling is marked acceptable for fan support. If it's not marked acceptable for fan support, you're going to need to change the outlet box before beginning. So as you can see here, we've already unpacked the fan. What we want to do now is open up the manual to the parts page, compare that with what we've unpacked to make sure that we're not missing anything so we don't get stuck along the way in the installation. So first up is the mounting bracket. The slide-on mounting bracket is pre-assembled inside the canopy with a decorative canopy ring attached. We'll show you in the first step how to remove that to get started. You're going to have 5 blade arms. These are the AccuArm blade arms. They have captive screws that won't fall out during the installation, just makes it that much easier. You have the ball and downrod assembly. You have 5 blades, the decorative motor collar cover, and the switch cup cover, the fan motor, and the hardware pack that has the plastic wire nuts, the locking pin, the rubber grommet, and the pull chain extension. Just a couple notes, this fan is light kit adaptable. If you're going to attach a Hampton Bay light kit, the center plug of this switch cup cover pops out, threads onto the light kit, and then you attach this to the fan to install the light kit. Another note, on the bottom of the fan here, you'll see this tag. This tag is actually threaded through the screwdriver access point. You're going to need to stick the screwdriver through this hole to attach the blade arms to the bottom of this fan. It's an easy process, but it's an important thing to note. Then once the blade arms are attached, you'll have this rubber plug that's in the hardware pack that will plug into this hole to seal it and make it watertight for outdoor applications. Some tools we're going to need: a standard Phillips head screwdriver, a pair of wire cutters and strippers. We like to have a voltage line tester to make sure that the lines aren't live before beginning. It's a good idea to have some electrical tape to finish off the wire connections. And of course you'll need a ladder to reach the ceiling. So we have everything, we're ready to begin.
The mounting bracket comes pre-assembled inside the canopy with the canopy ring attached. To remove the mounting bracket, first twist the canopy ring counterclockwise to expose the screws. You'll notice that there are 2 J-slotted screws and 2 standard screws. Begin by first loosening but not removing the 2 screws in the J slots. Then remove and save the 2 standard screws. Once the standard screws are removed, simply twist the mounting bracket to remove it from the canopy. This fan features a slide-on mounting bracket for easy installation. The mounting bracket has 2 slots on the top that will align with the 2 screws in the outlet box. To install the bracket, you'll loosen the screws in the outlet box and then align the screws with the slots in the mounting bracket. This is just a close-up demonstration of how it's done. To install the mounting bracket, use a Phillips head screwdriver to first loosen but not remove the screws in the outlet box in the ceiling. Next, feed the house supply wires through the hole in the top of the mounting bracket, then align the slots of the mounting bracket with the screws in the outlet box and slide it into place. Then use a Phillips head screwdriver to completely tighten both outlet box screws. If installing this fan without the downrod, you'll need to attach the canopy to the top of the motor housing. Begin this process by removing and saving 3 of the 6 screws on top of the motor housing. Simply remove and save every other screw. Next, feed the wires through the rubber grommet that's included in the hardware pack, and slide the grommet down to the top of the motor housing. You'll notice the large holes of the rubber grommet will fit over the screws in the motor housing, and the small screw holes will fit over the screw holes from the screws that were removed. Next, remove the decorative ring from the bottom of the canopy by pressing on the 3 studs inside the canopy. This will allow you to remove the ring. Next, feed the wires through the decorative canopy ring. Make sure that the notches of the canopy ring are facing towards the ceiling. Then feed the wires through the bottom of the canopy and place the canopy on top of the rubber grommet. You'll notice that there are notched cutouts inside the canopy that align with the screws that are remaining in the motor housing, and the screw holes of the canopy will align with the screw holes from the screws that were removed and saved. Replace each of those 3 screws using a Phillips head screwdriver and completely tighten those 3 screws. Once those 3 screws are completely tightened, the fan is ready to be hung. Before hanging the fan close to ceiling style, it's important to note the hook on the mounting bracket that will go into the hole of the canopy to hold the fan in place during wiring. This close-up is just a demonstration. To hang the fan for wiring, locate the hook on the mounting bracket and align that with the hole in the canopy, and insert the hook into the hole of the canopy. Do not leave the fan unattended while it is hanging like this. For downrod installation, begin by first loosening but not removing the 2 set screws on the motor collar using a Phillips head screwdriver. Next, unwrap the wires and gently stretch them out. Once the wires are stretched out, it's a good idea to twist the ends together to make it easier to feed through the downrod. Next, gently pull the green ground cable from inside the ball and downrod assembly. Insert the ball and downrod assembly through the top of the canopy so that the downrod comes out the smallest hole in the canopy. Then, slide the decorative motor collar cover on so that the largest hole is towards the bottom. Then, feed the wires through the decorative canopy ring so that it rests on top of the motor housing. Make sure the notches of the canopy ring face towards the ceiling. Then, feed the wires through the bottom of the ball and downrod assembly so that the wires exit from the ball portion of the ball and downrod assembly. Gently pull the wires through. Then slide the downrod to the motor collar on top of the motor. Align the holes with the bottom of the downrod with the holes in the motor collar at the top of the motor. Use the locking pin and hanger pin included in the hardware pack to secure the downrod to the motor collar. With the holes aligned in the downrod and the motor collar, gently insert the hanger pin through one hole of the motor collar so that it exits through the opposite side. Make sure not to jam the wires inside the downrod. Once the hanger pin is through the motor collar, secure it by placing the locking pin in the holes at the end of the hanger pin. Finish the downrod installation by securely tightening the 2 set screws in the motor collar using a Phillips head screwdriver. Once those 2 screws are tightened, slide the decorative motor collar cover down to the fan. If installing this fan with the included downrod, it's a good idea to cut and strip the wires before hanging it. To do so, measure about a foot from the top of the ball and downrod assembly, and cut the wires. Then using the strippers, strip off about 3/4 of an inch of insulation from each wire. Once the wires are stripped, twist each end to make sure that there are no frayed ends. Now the fan is ready to be hung. Before hanging the fan, it's important to note the tab inside the mounting bracket. This tab will align with the slot in the ball of the ball and downrod assembly. When hanging the fan, you'll insert the ball into the mounting bracket and then rotate so that that slot engages the tab in the mounting bracket. You'll feel the fan sit into place when the slot engages the tab. Hang the fan in the mounting bracket by lifting the entire fan assembly up to the mounting bracket. Note the location of the slot in the ball and the tab in the mounting bracket. Slide the ball into the mounting bracket and then rotate the assembly until you feel the slot engage the tab in the mounting bracket. Again, you'll feel the fan sit in place when the slot engages the tab. Begin wiring the fan by taking the green wire from the mounting bracket and the green wire from the downrod and twisting those two wires together. Once those wires are twisted together, connect those wires with the bare copper wire from the house supply line. These are the ground wires. Then secure the connection using an included plastic wire nut and a piece of electrical tape. Then gently tuck the wire up into the outlet box and mounting bracket. Next, take the white wire from the fan and connect that wire to the white neutral wire from the house supply lines. Twist those two wires together and finish the connection using an included plastic wire nut and a piece of electrical tape. Once that connection is finished, gently tuck that wire into the mounting bracket. Next, take the black wire and the blue wires from the fan and twist those two wires together. Once those wires are twisted together, connect those wires with the black or hot wire from the house supply lines. Twist all three wires together and finish the connection using an included plastic wire nut and a piece of electrical tape. Once that connection is made, gently tuck all the wires into the mounting bracket to make room for the canopy to attach to the mounting bracket. Attach the canopy to the mounting bracket by aligning the J slots with the screws that were loosened in the mounting bracket. Then lift the canopy up, engage those slots, and twist. This will hold the canopy in place. Secure the canopy using the two screws that were removed and saved in the first step. Insert the screw into the standard screw hole and then use a Phillips head screwdriver to completely tighten all four screws. Attaching the canopy close to ceiling is the same method, but you just lift the fan motor assembly off the hook of the mounting bracket and align the J slots of the canopy and twist to hold the fan in place. Then use the screws that were removed and saved in the first step to secure the canopy to the mounting bracket. Use a Phillips head screwdriver to completely tighten all four screws. Attach the decorative canopy ring by aligning the slots of the canopy ring with the screws in the canopy. Then lift the canopy up and twist to engage those screws. This will lock the canopy ring in place. The fan is shipped with rubber motor stops to prevent the motor moving during shipment. Before installing the blade arms, you'll first need to remove the rubber motor stops from the bottom of the motor. Insert the Phillips head screwdriver through the access hole in the switch cup, and then loosen and remove the rubber motor stops. You can discard these once removed. The AccuArm blade arms feature an alignment post that will align with the long slot in the base of the motor. Insert that alignment post into the long slot, which will align the captive screws to the screw holes. Insert a Phillips head screwdriver through the screwdriver access hole in the switch cup and tighten each of the 2 screws. Repeat this process for the 4 remaining blade arms. Once all 5 blade arms have been installed, it's a good idea to go back and double check that all the screws are completely tightened. Once all of the blade arms have been installed, insert the rubber plug included in the hardware pack into the screwdriver access hole in the switch cup. This will help seal the switch cup from water intrusion for outdoor use. The switch cap attaches to the switch cup using 3 pre-installed screws that will align with the 3 screw holes in the switch cup. Note the curved notch cutout that will align with the pull chain when installed. Using a Phillips head screwdriver, remove and save the 3 screws that are pre-installed on the switch cap. Align the curved notch cutout of the switch cap with the pull chain so that the screw holes align in the switch cup. Then use the 3 screws that were removed and saved to fasten the switch cap to the switch cup. Use a Phillips head screwdriver to completely tighten all 3 screws. This fan features quick install blades that simply slide and lock into place. This is just a demonstration to show you how it works. There are 3 posts on the blade arm that align with 3 keyhole slots in the blade. You'll press the blade down and pull away from the fan to lock it in place. There's a locking mechanism that snaps into place to hold the blade securely. When installing the blade, make sure the blade labeled "this side up" faces towards the ceiling. Then align the keyhole slots with the rubber grommets on the blade arms, press down, and pull away from the fan. You'll feel the spring clip mechanism lock in place. Repeat for the 4 remaining blades. The pull chain extension included in the hardware pack simply snaps onto the end of the pull chain on the fan. The fan speed is controlled by the pull chain. Pull once for high speed, twice for medium speed, 3 times for low speed, and once more to turn it off. This fan features a reversible motor controlled by the reverse switch at the bottom of the fan. Switch left provides downward airflow for use in the warmer months, and switch right provides upward airflow for use in the cooler months to draw warm air from the ceiling. Make sure the fan is off before attempting to move the switch. Congratulations! Your ceiling fan installation is now complete. Time to sit back, relax, and enjoy your brand new ceiling fan. As always, thanks for watching, and if you found this video helpful, please click like and subscribe down below. That'll help other people find it too. And as we always say, keep it breezy.